Swag drip drip, everybody tripping, slipping on my drip. Got swag and we drip. Got swag and we drip.
Welcome back, Swag Team. It's your boy, the Swagologist, back again with another SwagU movie review, and today we are doing the complete spoiler edition of Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I had to do it again, y'all, but we are here and ready, and I can't wait to talk and deep dive into this movie. Now, if you haven't seen this film, make sure you go see this thing. But first, if you haven't seen this film, go check out my video for the non-spoiler review right here for Mortal Kombat. And then after you guys seen that thing, come back and let's get into it. But if you haven't seen it, go ahead and switch up out of here, check this out, and then let's go. So round one. But no, so this film, I loved it. Like I said in my non-spoiler review, I had a great time with it. I enjoyed my time in the theater because I went to the theater to see this thing. I know some of y'all are gonna watch this on HBO Max, and that's cool. I'm probably gonna watch it on HBO Max right after this video. But I had to see it in the theater because that's just how I like to watch my movies. And I had a great time, and it was packed for COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was sold out, so it was a really good time in the theater. But anyways, but I wasn't packed like, you know, it was just like COVID capacity packed, you know what I'm saying? But we still had people not beside us, which is great. When you're taking a jacket, you can just sit it to your side, and that's awesome. But anyways, so I had a great time with this film. What I really liked about it was, like, I know I've seen a couple of reviews and read a couple of reviews where people have issues with the dialogue or what have you, but I enjoyed the dialogue because what they did, I thought was smooth, and I enjoyed is the fact that they put, if you're a huge Mortal Kombat video game head or love the Mortal Kombat franchise, you love when people, like, when in a fight you see somebody get killed with a fatality, you love hearing that man go, "Fatality. Flawless victory," or hit him with that, whoever, you know, won the fight, Kano wins. Because every time, I swear for goodness, every time I saw like somebody fight and somebody get a dub or whatever, I would give them the dub. Mostly Sub-Zero through the film was fighting, getting dubs, and I'd be like, Sub-Zero wins, fatality. Like, and it did hurt me to do that at the beginning because he killed my man Scorpion at the beginning. Because we start off, as y'all well know, the beginning with Scorpion at the house and everything. But hold on, before I get there, let me tell you what I like about the dialogue. Like I was saying, we love hearing those phrases, right? Well, in this movie, they made the dialogue where it could send these phrases flawlessly. Yeah? In the film, where it makes sense that the character might say this. Now, I know it's a little cheesy dialogue to have someone say flawless. I mean, for someone to say fatality, but she was like fatality for Kung Lao, you know what I'm saying? And then fatality. I love when my boy Kung Lao act like himself hit a fatality on that back chick, and it was like flawless victory. I was like, can't touch this man, Shang.
Flawless victory.
But I like how they put on all our favorite phrases. The only one they didn't do, and I just felt it. I didn't know how they was gonna do it, but I felt it was coming. Is when Cole Young was going against Goro, right? And then Goro was coming up and hitting him on top, and then his daughter was like, hit him with the uppercut, Dad, because he didn't hit that other dude that he was fighting earlier. And when Jax was coming to check him out, he was fighting dude, and he didn't hit him with the uppercut. So his daughter was like, hit him with the uppercut, Dad. And I swear to God, I thought he was, and he was like doing the little flame build-up thing. You know, he's getting flamed up with his arm or whatever. He went up with the uppercut and hit him with the uppercut. It was cool. I said it for him. Toasty! I was like, yo, whoopsie! I thought he hit him with that thing, but he didn't hit him with it. I was like, oh man, like, it wasn't said. Now I'm gonna have to watch it again to see if it was somehow said. I hope it was slipped in there, but I didn't hear it. So that was the only thing that was like slightly disappointed, but that's okay, not a big deal. I just love that all the words we reference: finish him, fatality, flawless victory, somebody wins, because Kano himself was like, Kano wins. And then he was holding that heart. And speaking of Kano, Kano, out of all the characters, was the MVP of this film. He was hilarious. His dialogue was hilarious. This dude was so funny, and it was funny because he was just being him. And like, I love, that's the type of comedy I love in a film, when it comes from the character within and it just comes out of them, who they are, you know what I'm saying? And he was just so funny throughout this film. Everything he was saying was comedy gold. I mean, everything he came out of Kano's mouth was hilarious. Kano was definitely a scene stealer throughout this whole film. He is definitely the MVP. He was like an unsuspected star in this film. Like, I didn't expect him to be that great, but he was really good. They did a perfect casting with this dude, and I loved seeing him. Every time I seen him, I was smiling, because dude had us all laughing in the theater, and he was a joy. He was a scene stealer every time he showed up. I got to see some of my favorite characters on screen, as in Scorpion, Mileena. I hope to see future characters. Liu Kang was awesome as well, and we got to see some of our favorite movesets. The only things that I did, like, Mileena didn't get to show out how I wanted her to show out for real. I mean, she did ball out when she was on screen. And like, that's the only thing about when you take a Mortal Kombat movie and bring it to the big screen, people will get Fatality, and then it's like they're done. You know what I mean? Maybe, but the way Tsung handled it at the end, and he took Bihan, the dead after at the end, he took Bihan and Goro's body back. Maybe there's a way to revive them. I'm really hoping for Bihan to be Noob Sabak, you know what I'm saying, in a future film. If they get to the second one, like I've been telling y'all in my first review, make sure y'all see this thing if y'all want a sequel, you know what I'm saying, and tell people about this film so it get word of mouth like Godzilla did, because Godzilla, Godzilla vs. Kong did very well, and if this does very well, we're pretty spot on to seeing another one. But anyways, that's the only thing. So like, I might not get to see Mileena again, and she didn't get to show out like I wanted her to show out, but maybe they felt like some of her movesets, because I feel like some of the movesets that they chose, the moveset that they chose are, screen, like, they don't take your suspension of belief too badly, and it doesn't make the fight cheesy, to see. But I love they fully realized a lot of these characters' movesets. But Mileena didn't get to do her famous roll thing that I wanted to see her do, you know what I'm saying? And she didn't use her daggers fast like I would have hoped, but she did teleport excellent, and I like seeing her on screen. Scorpion, on the other hand, when he got on screen, I got hyped, bruh. Like, when he came, and sadly we only got like the end, like he was like the end character that only shows up for the last fight. It fights, yes, so we didn't get a lot of Scorpion, but we already had Scorpion at the beginning, but we didn't have a lot of Scorpion. We had some Hanzo, and then he transforms into Scorpion, just like we had, Bihan, and he transforms into Sub-Zero later. But we had a lot of Sub-Zero, and we had to build up to Scorpion. But when Scorpion arrived, he arrived, baby. When he hit that man with that, "Get over here," I was like, "Yes, sir." Matter of fact, I was like, "Yes, Lord." And it was time. He was going in on my man Sub-Zero, giving him that work. His moveset was sexy, and then Sub-Zero's shit was sexy as crap too. Like, I love what he did in the trailer, and it just looked even sexier in the film. Same thing goes with Scorpion. At the beginning, when he was Hanzo, his movesets was sexy as crap too, because they added all that blood. And see, the blood and gore was all you wanted in a Mortal Kombat, but the way they chose it, it didn't look stupid. Like, it's realistic, but it doesn't look stupid realistic to where it's sickening, it makes you sick. It just looks cool, you know what I'm saying? When somebody gets their head smashed in, like when Jax was like, wow, hit him with his famous Fatality move. But like I said, they did very well on choosing these characters' movesets and using them and putting them on the screen. So I enjoyed seeing Mileena, but I just wish he would have showed out a little bit more. Scorpion, I loved seeing him. He showed out, but he wasn't on screen enough, so hopefully we get a lot more of him in the second film, because I'm really hoping this makes enough money for another film, because I really, really had a good time with this, like I said. But the movesets were done very well. Scorpion, A+ with his movesets. Melina, I wish she would have did her spin. Kano, I understand why he didn't have his little spin roll thing, because like I said, it would have looked kind of weird and cheesy, maybe. But I mean, they still could have possibly figured out a way to do it. But I like the fact that he just had the laser beam, and it was so funny when he got his power, and he was like, just so joyful that he got his laser beam and being funny about it, because like I said, his comedic timing was just perfect throughout this film. Speaking of which, about powers, I really love how they did this for the lore, because this is the thing I was talking about in my first review, my non-spoiler, about how there was something about the first film and the whole lore of Mortal Kombat that always kind of like was weird to me, and I didn't understand it. It's like how these Earthrealm humans just randomly get powers now because they're Mortal Kombat. That made no sense to me at all, but this one cleared it up for me very well. I liked what they did with it, because as in the trailer you see him with the dragon tattoo thing, and they're like, that's not a birthmark, that's not a thing. What it is when you do something either heroic or you kill a chosen one, and then you're chosen, and once you're chosen, you are hit with the marking of the dragon. Now, once you get hit with the marking of the dragon, then you have to unlock your power, which is the arcana. And the arcana comes from the as a gift from the marking of the dragon. And when you're chosen, so when you're chosen, that marking leads you to be able to unlock your arcana, which is your inner power. And your inner power, I guess, just is something that you've always had inside you, but can't be brought out unless you have the gift of the marking of the dragon. So I thought that was dope, because I've always had an issue with, like I said, the Earthrealm was just coming to Mortal Kombat. Now all of a sudden they got powers. Like, what? How? Would Raiden give you these powers?
I don't think so.
I don't know if they said that in the first one or not. Can't remember. If you do remember, let me know in the comment section below. But I loved this explanation way more than that. I thought that was awesome. It kind of reminds me of inner chi and stuff. Like, everybody has this power. It's up to you to unleash it. You know what I'm saying? And it was just so funny when Kano finally got his, and the way they got his was funny too, because they was like clowning my man, making him angry, and that's how they got it out of him. They figured out that was the best way to get it out of him, because they know they still needed him, and at the time they couldn't see him as a bad or a good guy. They just needed him, you know, to help with the battle on Outworld. But I loved that. I thought that Sonya Blade was a great choice, like the actor, because she pulled off like Sonya. This is like Sonya perfectly cast to me. And I thought it was interesting that they chose to give Sonya Blade, that she had to earn her, you know, her mark of the dragon. She didn't just have it, which was interesting, because I would assume she would have just had it, because she seems to be the one of the OG, you know, chosen ones, you know what I mean? So for her not to be the chosen one at all, and the fact that Kano was the chosen one, was a cool twist, and I like that. Even though he wasn't the chosen one, he stole it. But that's the reason they set it up. They teed it up for Sonya to kill him and take it from him. And like what she ended up doing to kill him, she got him back with that damn gnome that he had spat on earlier, which was so nasty, by the way. That was so disgusting, because he's like, everybody loves me, snot bubble. I mean, snot grotesque spit thing. I was like, ew. But he's so fun and awesome. I'm gonna miss him, because he did receive a fatality from my girl Sonya Blade. But I thought that was really cool that they chose to not let her be a chosen one at the beginning. She had to earn it through the film, but she was perfectly cast. I just think the cast was done very well. Like I said, the only thing I really would have wished out of the cast was that Raiden might have been an older person, just in general, like a person that was just older. Him being so young, you know, because you don't necessarily associate youth with wisdom, and you know, Raiden's all about like wisdom and knowledge and all that stuff, even though he's lightning god or whatever, but you feel like that's where all your knowledge and stuff is from. So, but I mean, I still liked him as an actor. I think he did well with the part. I just would have liked it more if he was an older actor, and then, you know, and he didn't necessarily get to show out or battle or anything, but I'm pretty sure he will in the second one. That's why I think the second one's gonna be incredible, y'all. We just got to get it there. We gotta hope that people enjoy it as much as we are. You know, as much as I am, and if you agree with me, as much as we are. out of this film. And this movie is very much so a hero story. So like some of the villains kind of got shelved a little bit, like Shang Tsung a little bit got shelved, but I did like that he did hit him with, "Your soul is mine." He did hit him with that. He did tell, like, let him know that their souls was his. And I mean, he's kind of been shelved before. Like, so I'm pretty sure he'll get more action if this franchise goes the way it needs to go. And there's 3 films, and they're gonna be incredible. So no worries. I got a feeling he's gonna be back. But Kabal in this joint was fire. Kabal got to show out. He got to show up and show out in this film with the way he talks, the way he moves. His move set is sexy. His weapons is nasty. I mean, dude went off. He got to show up and show out. Hopefully, Melina will get to show up and show out in the next one. And somehow, if she gets brought back by Shang Tsung, because Shang Tsung did grab Goro and Bihan or Sub-Zero, but hopefully we'll see him in another one. But I know for sure Shang Tsung's going to end up showing out as well as Melina or Bihan. I think Bihan's going to become new Cyborg. That's just my hope. But anyways, I love the casting, but the fatalities were awesome. And my favorite fatality is probably the best one was Kung Lao's, because it was like straight out of the video game. But most of the fatalities were because they, like I said, they did very well with everybody's moveset. But when he threw his hat to the ground, it was like, you know, girl was coming. I was like, oh no. But I was glued. I was like, oh, I gotta watch this. And it was so nice. She was like slicing him off and had to blow his head in his face. He was like, yeah, bitch. And then it was like, then he hit him with flawless victory. I was like, oh. Kung Lao out here like Kong in this hoe. I like it. I love it. I want to see more of it. But yes, man, that was great. And I'm trying to decide if that was my favorite part. I'm not sure. I know my favorite character in this film, crazy enough, is Kano. Kano was the MVP. But Kung Lao was right up there, because he was awesome in this film as well. He just had so much swag. I mean, dude had too much swag for you. I mean, he even hit her with flawless victory. Come on, man. Come on. Loved it. Like, the nerdgasm I got in this film with phrases like, finish him, flawless victory, fatality. It was all spat out. It was awesome. And all the fatalities were their signature fatalities. Loved it. Loved it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Scorpion with the flame blast, boom. And then Liu Kang with the dragon. I think like, and then Kano with the straight through the chest, getting the heart out. You know what I'm saying? Just fatality after fatality in the film was straight out of the video game. Even Jax with the old school, wow, bash head one. That was lit. I hope we get to see more. I can't wait for us to see more. But something I was about to get into earlier was the fact that Shang Tsung took back Bihan and Goro when he died. And I don't know if they showed him taking back Melina, but they definitely showed Bihan and Goro, and he was like, the end is not the end, or something like that. Y'all might have won the war, but y'all ain't won it all together. You know what I'm saying? You might have won this time, but it ain't over. You understand? You know what I'm saying? But Bihan in the new lore is Noob Saibot. Noob Saibot became him, and that is my favorite Mortal Kombat character. So I really cannot wait and hope and pray that he's gonna be in the next one, because that would just be absolute fire and litness. He'll probably die, which sucks, but he will be lit. I hope they give him his due. I hope he's like the Sub-Zero in this film, where he's got a lot of screen time, kicking a lot of ass, and hitting some people with some fatalities that end up leading them to coming back later, because they did die in that instance. Jax died, Scorpion died, Hanzo became Scorpion because of the death. And see, that's what I want. I hope the Mortal Kombat can find ways in the second one to kill people, but don't kill them, so we can see it more. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't kill them all the way off. Let me get some more of them later. You know what I'm saying? Then you can go ahead and, you know, really fatality them with your second fatality. Like, let them get 2 fatalities in one film. That would be epic. But I really hope for a new Cyborg. And I like the fact that they showed Shao Kahn. There's a lot of good Easter eggs up in there. Shao Kahn, Nightwolf was up in there. I don't know if y'all saw that. They had to draw the Nightwolf. Reptile showed up but got killed by Kano. I thought for a second they had smoke in there, but it was just Sub-Zero coming through Shang Tsung's like smoky thing. You know what I'm saying? But they did show Shinnok's medallion. They showed Katana's fans. So I'm pretty sure she'll be in the second one with Shao Kahn. If Shao Kahn is like in this, like if the second one's going that route, I'm thinking it will. It may just go Quan Chi. Don't know. I don't even know if they're gonna be in it. I know who will be in it if they do get a second one is Johnny Cage, because they showed him at the very end when they was talking about who we're gonna go get to be part of the Earthrealm team, and he was like, we're going to Hollywood. So he said going to Hollywood, I was like, Johnny Cage, bitch, let's go. And then they showed his name, I was like, let's get it. I cannot wait for a sequel to this film. So my SwagU grade, once again, for Mortal Kombat would have to be a solid A+. I had a great time in the theater with this. I loved it. It has no after credit scene, but y'all know this. Let me know your favorite part. I think my favorite part was Kung Lao hitting her with the flawless victory after killing hit her with that epic fatality. That was pretty dope. No, I lied. My favorite part, that's not my favorite part. My favorite part of the film was Scorpion arrived. When Scorpion arrived, it was over with. It was over with. You see them standing there, he was like, because he hit him with his famous get over here, and he was like, get over here, and I was like, yes Lord. And then he hit him on that thing, bounced the back off his knife, then kicked his knife up and caught that. Bruh, Scorpion was awesome. The only thing I wish I would have seen at his skill set that I didn't get to see was the Hellfire teleport. I mean, he did teleport back to hell, but I wish I would have seen him teleport in the thing. Somehow Cold Freedom, that was kind of wonky setup, but I did not care in the least because Scorpion is my guy and he was lit in that scene. That's my favorite scene. But let me know how you feel about Mortal in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about it. If you like this review, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. It helps with the channel. But if you didn't like it, I ain't tripping. Look at Jordan, I ain't pippin'. And until the next video, I love y'all 3000. I'll holla. Peace. Flawless victory.